What's up, girl? Welcome back to the channel. So I just finished doing my morning skincare and I am about to, yes, that's the one, and I'm about to put some clothes on so I can run to the grocery store, which I'm so annoyed about because we just went to the freaking store yesterday and I thought that I got everything that we needed, so I didn't have to go back to the grocery store. That was not the case. Don't you hate that when you go to the store and you like, I'm gonna get everything I need so I don't have to come back, and then you realize you need something else? Nothing irks me more. So I'm gonna make a chicken chili today. I wanted to make a soup because it's cold, it's rainy, it's windy, and it's gonna be like that all weekend. It is Saturday, by the way, and it's gonna be like that all weekend, and then going into next week, we're gonna have a freeze. So I wanted something that was warm and cozy, so I thought about making a soup, but we just went to the grocery store, and I already had everything on hand for a chicken chili, so we decided to do that instead. I don't have no bell pepper, y'all. Like, what? The bell pepper that I had, I guess it's been sitting in there for a while because they were all bad. That's annoying. So I'm about to go to the grocery store. That was a whole rant about bell pepper and the grocery, okay? On to something else. It is, what time is it? It's 9:45 and I've been up since 5:30. Y'all already know it's always something. Oh, you know what? While I'm going to the grocery store, I'm gonna pick me up some whipped cream because I'm gonna have me some dang on apple cider for my troubles. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that I pick up some whipped cream. I'm gonna make this trip worthwhile. So that's the plan. I also want to edit a video for tomorrow. Well, I'm going to edit a video for tomorrow, and I'm hoping that it doesn't take long at all because I would like to dive into a new book. I finished a book like earlier in the week and I haven't started anything new, so I definitely want to do that. The first order of business is putting on the chicken for the chicken chili. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to share that, although my method is definitely different from when I do ground turkey chili. We'll see, girl. We purchased some new pots. So before we moved here, y'all, I got rid of so much stuff, pots included. The blue pots, and we had green pots. I got rid of both sets of those pots. We have been using our Teflon pots, which I like them. However, they hold the odor of your food so much, and I never really had that problem when it came to my pots until I started using Teflon pots. I don't know what that's about, and so I have to soak them for hours. It's just so hard to get the food odor out of those pots, and I just haven't been happy with them for a while. And if you know, they're not freaking cheap. So we decided to try the Gotham pots that are copper. I think they're copper coated or ceramic or something like that. We purchased one and we absolutely love that pot. Like, girl, matter of fact, that's the pot that I cooked in on the video you guys will see before you see this when I made the shrimp Alfredo. One, they're so easy to cook in, they're so easy to clean, and there's not a food smell. We have cooked in it several times. So we decided to go ahead and buy a set, and y'all, the set was on sale at Walmart for $79 and it was regular price $100. So I'm excited about that. I'll share that with you because I plan to take them out the box today. I may use one of them today. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some clothes on so that I can run to the grocery. Again, I may or may not share how I make the chicken chili. I don't know, y'all, because I don't know if y'all gonna want to see that because I just made a ground turkey chili, but like I said, it's a little bit different. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure y'all will let me know if y'all wanted to see it or not, and I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Y'all, before I go to the grocery store, let's just have a moment in history. So me and my wife have been married for 9 years and we've been together for a little over 12 years, I think, at this point. a long time. But what a lot of people don't know about me and Portia is that we actually went to the same high school. Listen, if you know, you know. So we always think that it's so funny when people be like, oh my gosh, how did y'all meet? And we be like, high school. They be like, what? Yes, we were best friends in high school. It's not like we didn't talk. Like, she used to pick me up. We used to hang around the same people. She used to drop me home after school. Like, we was friends. So fast forward, over the summertime, we went back home to visit family for a while we purchased our home. Girl, her parents kept some of her stuff from high school. You talk about memories. It's just nice, in my opinion, to be with someone that gets it. Like, we have some of the same core memories from school. We, you know, we talk the same. A lot of our mannerisms are the same. We are from Texas, tried and true, period. Okay? So some of the stuff that her family kept from her, like her band uniform, and then this jogger set, what I'm about to show y'all, as soon as she pulled it out, she was about to get rid of it. I was like, no, give that to me. Like, I'm gonna wear it. She was like, are you serious? Who not gonna wear it, y'all? So this jogger set is from when she played basketball. Listen, how freaking cute, y'all. This is us, period. We were the Panthers. Our high school doesn't even exist anymore. Our high school was Ozan High School. Listen, we was hood, y'all. We was like, we some Ozan Panthers for life, and you don't wanna with me. But we would say the word because we was bad, y'all. We would say the F word at the football games and everything. This is freaking nostalgia. I always want to put my hands in my pocket, but it don't have no pockets. But this is so freaking cute. It's like a vibe. You don't realize that stuff whenever, like, you're in school. You be like, you know, just give me whatever. But as an adult, to say that, one, we have some of the same core memories that we can share in our marriage, and two, to have something from high school, because I don't have none of my stuff from high school. Well, I have like my yearbook and I have my senior book, but as far as like my awards and stuff like that, those things were not kept for me. So the fact that her parents kept this stuff for her, that was just so, like, that was so thoughtful. And she was like, babe, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. No, you not. So I have this from high school, and then they even still had her, I don't know what they call them, but whenever she first came into the military, they had a set of joggers that they would use for PT, and it has Army going across it, like old school, just Army. I kept that too. Like, those are things that she can just have forever, and those are things that I could just wear. So like, they still have her band uniform. I think they even have her horn that she played in the band in. So I just wanted to share this moment in history with my friends, because girl, it's so nice to kind of reminisce sometimes on the good times of high school. Like, we finna be 40 and time flies so fast, and I think like when we're younger, we just take time and life for granted, and when you're able to sit and reflect back on the good moments, like, I don't know, it's just something, it's something about that. So that's my brief moment in history. Okay, I'm going to the grocery. I am back home from getting what I needed from the grocery store, and we're just gonna roll with me sharing with you guys the recipe for the chicken chili, just in case somebody is interested. So I'm using 2 chicken breasts. I would definitely use more or less chicken depending on your family size, because once I shred this, it's going to make a lot of chicken. So I did some salt and pepper, and of course I used my complete seasoning, which I use for just about everything. But I also use this. This is Street Taco Southwest Ranch chicken seasoning by McCormick. Now you can use just a regular ranch seasoning if you want to, or you can skip the ranch altogether, but this adds so much flavor to the chicken breast. And I'm going to use a half a cup of chicken broth. I'm gonna let this cook for 4 hours in my crock pot, just enough for me to be able to shred the chicken. Now I will say, y'all, whenever I find a recipe on Pinterest, I end up kind of tweaking it and making it my own. So there's no exact Pinterest recipe for you guys to follow with this method that I'm using, because this is not what the original instructions told me to do. So anytime I'm looking for a recipe on Pinterest, I look for it, but I know that I'm going to tweak it and make it my own. So I feel like, and that's how you kind of enjoy, I feel like that's what makes you enjoy the meals more, whenever you are making the recipes your own, because you're putting your own mix, your own spin, your own seasonings, all the things. You're putting that, you know what I'm trying to say, like your personal touch. That's the skinny on that. Getting that going, because the chicken is what takes the longest, and I'm going to pull out everything else that I need later on once it's time for me to put everything together. It is much later and I am getting dinner started. I just chopped up some onion and bell pepper. I did the orange bell pepper as well as the green, and a whole onion, but it was a smaller size, so definitely chop up however much vegetables that you would like. And then at the end, I am going to use some fresh basil. But before I get this going, I wanted to show you guys the pots that I mentioned. So they're called Gotham Steel. I'm going to assume that this is the diamond set. I'm not quite sure, if I'm being honest, but it just says titanium, ceramic, and diamond. So I want to use this pot. I will have these linked down below. They had this set, and then they had another set where the outside of it was gold, and then the inside, I believe, was stainless steel or silver. And like I said, these were on sale for $79. Their regular price, $100. And we have been watching these for a while anyway, but we wanted to try one out. Let me show you you guys the one that we already have. So this is the one that we already have, and it is not included in this set. I think alone this one was like, how much was this one, babe? How much was this? 40. Okay, like 40 bucks. And I'll see if I can find this one as well and link it down below. But our food cooks up so good, y'all, and like I said, they don't hold an odor like my Calphalon pots do. Girl, don't play with me. It's like Christmas. They're so freaking nice, and they are not super heavy. Dang. And you're still watch me freaking struggle. Girl, do I want you to help me? What in the world? They up in this thing. I'm just gonna rip the box. There we go. Yeah, I think so. What you even do with these? This right here.
That's a collar.
A what? Girl, I feel like my grandma's had something like this. I don't know if I'm gonna use this though, but it's nice. I'm gonna figure it out. Y'all tell me down below. I'm pretty sure y'all know what to even do with this, but it's
we have noodles and exchange your noodles.
but like the holes at the bottom.
Hey, you put it in the but all strainers have holes at the bottom, baby.
But babe, this one have a top. My strainers don't have no top. What are you talking about? Y'all, it's this. It has this. Let's see if the box thing. Now here we go. Girl, y'all hold on. Oh, it's a steamer. So you put your vegetables in there to steam. Girl, stop.
That's some Martha Stewart.
That is some Martha Stewart stuff. Like, girl, what? So this is all that's included, y'all. Here you go. That's everything that is included. We in the mix. Everything that's broke, little Kiki gon' fix. You remember that song, babe? Cause we be ballin' in the mix. Everything that's broke, little Kiki gon' fix. For the remainder of this chili recipe, you can use kidney beans, you can use pinto beans, you can use black beans, you can use whatever beans you like in your chili. For the chicken chili though, I'm gonna use black beans, and I'm also going to use the mild chili sauce beans. And these are pinto beans. I am going to use some tomatoes, some diced tomatoes, and then I'm going to use 1 can of tomato sauce. I may end up using 2, but we shall see. So let me go ahead and get my kitchen in order, and then we'll get back to it. Oh, and one other thing, y'all. I'm going to use another McCormick pack, and this is a chili pack. This is the hot one. Okay, girl, this has been simmering for about, I want to say 10 to 15 minutes. If you guys did not notice, the only seasoning that I added was the chili pack, and that is mainly because that holds a lot of flavor and the chicken holds a lot of flavor as well. So I want to be able to kind of taste it a little bit before I go in and start adding more seasonings, because I don't want it to be too salty or way too spicy. So this is what the chili is looking like so far. I have shredded the chicken, and now I am going to add the chicken to this. I also added a half a cup of chicken broth and all of the juices that was in the bottom of the crock pot. I added that into the shredded chicken while I was shredding it. So the chicken is full of flavor. And I am just going to add it in, y'all. It smells so good, and the chili looks so good. And I'm gonna fold the chicken into the chili, and I'm gonna let it cook down on low for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to let Portia taste it to see what I need to add, if it has enough kick to it, and then we'll just kind of go from there. But this is definitely one of those meals that I would say add all of the ingredients before you start adding all of your spices, just because everything is going to have a lot of flavor. So it's going to be up to you and your preference, what your family likes, what you like, what you don't like. But girl, this right here, if I'm being honest, we prefer chicken chili over the ground turkey chili. It just takes a little longer to cook. So I'm gonna let that kind of do its thing, and then I'll come back and check in with you guys, and we'll see if we're adding some more spices. Portia just tasted it. She said it tastes perfect, but then I tasted it and I feel like I wanted to have a little bit more flair. So I am going to add some crushed red pepper for a little bit more kick, because it's like really good. It's not spicy at all, so I want a little bit of a kick. And then of course my favorite, some complete seasoning, because I just feel like it make everything complete. The only thing that I forgot to add was some minced garlic, but that's not that big of a deal. I just typically add minced garlic to a lot of my meals. And I'm just going to stir that in and let that sit for another 5 to 10 minutes, and we gonna be good to go. Girl, I almost forgot to add the basil. Now we cooking, y'all. Now we in the mix, girl. Okay, yes. Ooh, look how pretty it looks. This is what the bowls are looking like. And to drink, I think I'm going to have a Olipop. I bought two. I bought an orange, but I think I'm just gonna do a tropical punch Olipop. Y'all, speaking of drinks, have y'all seen these? They have been at Walmart and at Target. These are some refreshers by Starbucks, and they taste like you went through the drive-thru. I love these. So anytime I see them, y'all, I'ma probably buy them all, because when they are in stock, they go so fast. This one is pineapple, passion fruit, and coconut milk, and this one is the strawberry acai with coconut milk. Both of them are so good. I will say they are cheaper at Target than they are at Walmart. Happy Sunday. It is the next day. And listen, sis, it's almost 10:30 and I'm still in my bed. And I'm going to be here for a while because y'all remember how yesterday I told y'all that the weather was nasty? It is so much worse today. We woke up to lightning. The wind is blowing like crazy. It is freezing outside. The current temperature is 37 degrees, but it feels like 27. What's the high today? And it's a high of 41, but it's going to be raining all freaking day. Y'all, that chili is going to, excuse me, that chili is going to hit different today. You know, because all of the seasonings and the juices that marinated, it's going to hit. So I'm excited that I don't have to freaking cook. Portia is going to make us a late breakfast in a bit. And I'm going to get out my bed and go have some breakfast. And then I'm going to probably get back in my bed and chill. I downloaded a short story on my Kindle. I'll tell you guys what it's called because I can have my Kindle app on my phone. It's by Taylor Jenkins Reid and it's called Evidence of the Affair. And it sounds interesting. So I'm probably going to read that. I think it's like 100 pages. So since I'm doing nothing and chilling, I'll probably read that. Oh, and I did not tell y'all. So do y'all remember that book I was telling y'all about? Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. Listen. Okay. So I finished that book. I started it with y'all. I think it was like a Thursday or Friday. But then I didn't pick it back up until like a Sunday. Once I really deep dived into it, it took me 2 days to finish that book. It was so good. I love books where I can connect to the characters in a personal way. It was a 5-star read for me. Listen, Rome, listen to me. Just his heart was just so pure for Janelle. It did have some spice in there. However, the story was so good, y'all. The plot was so freaking good. Y'all, I ate that book up, honey. It was just, y'all, check it out if y'all have not. It's called Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. It is on Kindle Unlimited, and so is that Taylor Jenkins Reid short story that I'm telling y'all about. That's also on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm probably going to read that because I have not read anything since I read Only for the Week. I don't know if y'all are like that, but when I get when I have a really good read and it's a 5-star read, y'all, it's like I kind of hesitate on reading something else because I'm like on this book high. Like I don't want to come down. I don't want anything to kill my vibe. I could not stop thinking about that book. I could not stop thinking about the characters. I'm so happy that I had it on my Kindle because when we would be in the car driving, I would be reading that book because y'all, it was just, it was so good. If y'all have read it, let me know down below. Again, I have not read since that book last week, so I do want to start something new, and I decided that I'll just go with a short story. So I had set up like a book challenge for myself this year, and I'm so far behind on my reading, and one primarily because we moved. But so far this year, I've read 16 of the 30 books that I set at my goal. And I don't think that's too bad. So I'm going to try to incorporate a few short stories to try to reach my book goal. So I am excited about that. So it says that I'm 8 books behind schedule. What if I can finish the remainder of the books in 2.5 months? That would be clutch, girl. Don't play with me. That sounds real ambitious. So listen, I'm gonna keep that uplifted in prayer. But I just wanted to come on and wrap this video up because I did not cut back on the camera yesterday. We ended up leaving the house, running an errand and all the things. Hold on, girl. Okay, girl, so I'm back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted to come back on and wrap the video up, especially since I didn't come back and check in with you guys yesterday. We ended up having to leave the house for a while yesterday evening because, excuse me, we did have an errand to run. And if I'm being honest, I'm so happy that we got out and ran that errand yesterday, because when I say that weather's nasty outside, it's nasty and ain't nobody got time for that. Baby, this headband is hanging on by dear life. As always, I enjoyed hanging out with my friends. And make sure you are taking care of yourself, girl. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.